Okay. Yeah, this is the it's time to go meeting. I don't know which number, but yeah, we've skipped several. Uh, we skipped recording several meetings, which we did have, but yeah, forgot to press the button. So, and yeah, this is the second half of the meeting too, because we forgot again. So we just discovered this idempotency level option on the RPC. It it's So on protobuf, you can attach meta information kind of to everything. It's like annotations in Java, maybe. I don't know, or decorators on Python. So you can have decorators on decorators, and annotations on annotations, and options on options, and yeah, options on everything basically in protobuf. So you can have meta information that you can inspect using reflection, and you can use it in the proto files itself. And then protobuf is kind of self-defining schema. Uh, so you have this descriptor proto, which is a gigantic proto file that describes protobuf syntax. Well, maybe not the syntax, but more like semantics, I guess. And yeah, it's huge, 1,200 lines. And yeah, this is method options, and you can mark your methods. So a method is what you have here. This is a method. Our RPC definition is a method. So let's see. There's no docs here. Okay. We can mark it as deprecated, for example. We can set idempotency level on a method, and we can also, this is feature set is for protobuf editions. You can enable features on the file level or message level or RPC level, yeah, method level. So it's basically to enable, disable field presence and other features like that, validation. So, and so these are what, three options, and then uninterpreted, yeah, uninterpreted option. I don't know what this is. It's a way to store options that the parser doesn't recognize. It's like unknown fields in a message. So suppose there should be such options. Yeah, message options exactly. And there's, yeah, the same thing. Uninterpreted option. This is where protobuf stores things that it sees in the binary encoding, but that it doesn't have a representation for in, let's say, a struct in Go. So the benefit is that you can parse something that you don't fully understand and then marshal it back without losing any information. But anyway, Tak asked about the idempotency, or Timo, you asked about idempotency. So this is the option that we can apply here.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's nice. Nice.
I think maybe it's like mostly documentation, but theoretically, an RPC framework like gRPC could use this. I don't think it does. At least I never seen any mentions of this anywhere in gRPC, but I guess it could use it. Yeah.
Hmm.
The thing with options is we can define our own options because it's just protobuf. Actually, if we go to, oh, sorry, not here. I think the first time I used options, not here. In, why is it not here? I thought it should be. Oh, yeah. Yeah. We extend on off options and extend field options. So using this, we can do things like, example. Okay, I can go there from here. Yes, so this is where we import the automata proto, and this is where we use our custom option that we defined to attach meta information to the one-off in this case, or to a field in this case.
Mm.
Yeah, and if you look at, if you open it, yeah, we allow to define this option on fields and this option on one-off. They're just called the same because we want them semantically to define the same thing. But they have a type, they can be repeated or not. And yeah, they need a unique number. So this is how you use options. And you can also, there's docs if you want, that describes what this is and what's for. And so I think in Proto 3, you can only have options or extend some things. In Proto 2, you can extend messages as well. But then in additions, which is the new protobuf syntax, I think I merged that stuff somewhere. Yeah, this is the first one where we use additions. And we can extend a message, the same syntax extend. So this lives in a third-party library, in the third-party proto file. And we extend it and we define an option in that, in this thing. And the option is of Boolean type. This is the name, this is the number for it. And why I will attach some stuff to it. Then let's look at how we use this one. Here, for example, this is our custom. So we address the third-party library, we take the string message, and then we use our custom option on that message, which we extended. Here we extend string rows, and then this string is the string rows field. And yeah, we used our custom thing in it to set it to true. Does this make sense? It's probably a little bit mind-bending, I think. I have a bit of a hard time understanding this when I first started trying to use it. And then I had to look at lots of examples to understand how things fit together.
It's pretty cool. I like
Yeah,
it.
you can create space for meta information in
Hmm.
various places, and then you can use that space in
Yeah.
yet another proto file or files.
Mm-hmm.
Like this option is also an option in a message that describes the proto file. So feature set, this is the whole. Um, maybe if we go here. File options. Yes, okay. This is messages, file options. So these are options for the whole file, and we can define features for it. And our Go package, for example, also lives in the file options and other things also. We can just look at what is possible, right? Just look at it. Optimize for, we can say. Yeah. There's no autocomplete, unfortunately. But yeah, I don't know. I say optimize for speed or code size or whatever. And I didn't know you can switch it off. Oh, it doesn't check by default? That's interesting. Ah, so no effect can not be used to opt out of it. Okay.
Hmm.
So only for Proto 2 files. Go package, like various C, Java, Python, PHP, deprecated, various other things. This basically tells the proto compiler how to, or proto compiler plugins, how to process the file. Like Ruby package, I think we use it somewhere.
Yeah, we use that.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, because it does the casing differently. It would do
Mhm.
like autoflow with an underscore or something like this.
Mm. Mhm. Uh, any questions?
Hmm.
So we need to test if the Ruby's gRPC version that, so the gem that Ruby uh, uses, I mean, our monolith, we need to check that it actually understands protobuf additions. But I think the descriptor that we generate here, 85. So this descriptor data, this is definitely okay because we already have a gem that, no, I mean, we already used the version of the gem that has this. And
Yeah.
now we just have more fields in the descriptor. That's the beauty of the protobuf. So the definition of the message is itself a message, a protobuf message. So the consequence of that if your runtime that decodes that descriptor doesn't understand some fields, it just ignores them. So you can add new fields to the descriptor without breaking anything. And the new runtime will pick it up and perhaps behave in a different way. But yeah, obviously this has to be backwards compatible. So the behavior of the old version should be the default behavior of the new version of the runtime. But yeah, so if it doesn't understand, this should still be decodable because it's literally just a protobuf message. This thing, scripted data. Is it add serialized file, generated pool? Yeah, well, exactly. It's a pool of descriptors, so descriptors of protobuf messages, and it adds a descriptor from this serialized form. That's how it works. Then it goes to the pool, generated pool, and then looks up the message class for this string, which is the type of the message. It's called the name. I think it's the full name. It's not the type. So in the editions, this thing is the new thing, presence tracking. Implicit is like proto 3 behavior, basically. And then there's also explicit, which is everything becomes pointers in the structs, basically, which we don't want. And we can also override this field presence. I think I do it somewhere. Maybe it's in a branch somewhere. No, that's where it is. So the default here that I set is implicit, so I don't want any pointers everywhere. I just want, like, if it's a string, it's just an empty string for the default value. I don't want it to be a nil pointer. But in this case, where was it? In this case, I want this to be a pointer because I want to see if it's an agent name or not. Because if it's set, I want it to be validated. And validated means it can be an empty string. So if I remove this, basically you can't set it to an empty string. But I want to be, well, you cannot set it to empty string in any case now, but you can omit it. So with explicit, there will become, you can distinguish between an empty, so zero value, or not specified. In additions, this is the additions. This proto is in the addition, so you can have options. The proto 3 optional is explicit. In proto 2, like by default, your all fields are optional. And in proto 2, the opposite of it is required, right? You can say required. Yeah, it's not allowed. Mhm. So yeah, they basically unified required, optional, and not specified into a single concept with which is field presence. Can be explicit, implicit, unknown. And legacy required is just to emulate proto 2 behavior, basically. But with the required, you have a field that says required, so it should be reject the message if the field is not set. You can set features on pretty much anything. Let's have here. So here you can override override it. So you have file level features, you can have message level features, and so on, field level features to change the behavior. And I think this is pretty convenient because you before you could only switch between Proto 2 or Proto 3. So file level switch for everything in the file. And with this, you get more control of how stuff works. I
Mm.
think we are out of time. Do you guys have any other questions or things
I
to
don't.
talk about?
Thanks for sharing
Okay,
this.
then.
Expect this pattern can be used in a couple of more places, I think, with the explicit, and
Yeah.
I came across this a couple of times.
Yes, I haven't changed everything or anything to editions. I only touched some, uh, like one file that uses editions right now is the constraints
Mm.
prota, which I added recently, and then this managed resources prota because again, this is in a branch. This is not merged. So I also decided to go with editions because this is cleaner, then I mean we will want to switch to editions at some point. Uh, so why not do it here if it's a new file?
Mm.
But
Yeah.
yeah, we'll need to test this with the current gRPC version that's used in the monolith.
Hmm. Yeah, I wonder
Okay,
when we
thank
expected
you.
it wouldn't
Oh,
work. You can just use the local, you could just use the local gem and see. But I don't know if you would actually have to call an RPC or just loading the gem would be
um,
enough.
I do not know.
No.
I think it will work because this actually only affects um, language level, like
I know what you mean. It doesn't affect
syntax.
the
Wire
transferring of.
form, yeah, wire format is not affected by field
Yeah.
presence. Well, it is
Mm,
affected when you marshal messages. So if the field has a zero value, then if the presence is explicit, then it will be still sent.
mm,
While if it's implicit, it won't.
yeah. Mm, okay.
Okay,
Cool.
thank you.
All right.
I need to
Thank you.
wrap up.
Sure. Thank you.
Bye.